Start building infrastructure in Africa to start to prepare for the overload of troops. We could do. We probably should do. In fact, we already have been. Let's upgrade you to a 5. Let's upgrade you to a 5. What I really need is just more civilian factories. Need to make sure that we keep... Oh, hold on. Reopen the Burma Road. That's going to be helping China. That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. That's also a terrible idea. So we are not supporting China. So no, no, and no. War bonds. That's what I wanted to do. Because if we keep the war bonds going, then we're going to keep more civilian factories open and functioning and working. We are going to be suffering some pretty horrendous attrition penalties down here. So we've absolutely got to make sure that we try to keep this area open. In terms of infrastructure. Probably more so than Africa, so let's get Ethiopia down here. Khartoum down here. We are now short on everything with the exception of light tanks, which I don't actually use anymore. Huzzah! Zillick, thank you very much for the subscription. Very much appreciate that. Welcome to the Mordlings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey Neon, hey Mustani. I'm here, but I'm lurking. I saw you were commenting on Rose's Discord about my naval tutorial. Thank you for that. And in fact, while we are talking about the naval tutorial, if you are wondering how on earth navies in this game work, how it is that I'm bringing both the American and British economies effectively to their knees without even directly fighting them, then I would highly recommend you go check out the naval tutorial, where I talk about all things shipping. And you can find it at the link that Marshall has just posted. Thank you. Yeah, I was looking at getting some new emotes. I really need to get a It's Just Good Business one. I'm not 100% sure what it would be. Probably something similar to the Disappointed, so it would be the East India Captain, but maybe with a horned hat. No, because the whole thing, he's recognisable because of the tricorn hat that he wears. I don't know what would make the emote. After volleyball, but I'll leave the stream on. Cool. I'll be back. Got some stew with my name on it. Reasonable.
Forza, forza!
Yeah, see, my tanks are taking a ton of attrition damage at the moment. Which kind of sucks, but once we're out of the deserts, that should be reduced. And we do have the logistics companies in all of those divisions now. Also, how are you doing for training? Ooh, so close. Then the conquest of the Mediterranean can begin. Really liked your YouTube tutorial, so I'm advertising for it. Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely struggling a little bit here for supply. I mean, if we manage to link up with the German front, or even with the Caucasus front, then maybe we could help out a bit. Let's have you planning to do that. Let's keep attacking north. How are the Soviets looking? Less than halfway to capitulation. Can my next playthrough of Kaiserreich be the Lawrence coup and Union of Britain? Haven't yet decided what I want to do for the next Kaiserreich game. I mean, I need to finish the Pacific States of America one. That's still ongoing. I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my Panzers. I'm going to give them better engines. Better guns. I don't actually care that much about armor on these guys, because the armor will just slow them down. Although not by a lot. Interesting. Whoa boy, that costs a lot of design experience. I guess the costs are doubled if you don't actually own the design yourself. Looks that way. Yep. Well, I'm going to upgrade their engine. Oops. And we're going to build those. And now I really feel like I need to spend some resources on researching proper tanks. See if Germany has the new medium tank to replace it. They didn't just now. But that was about 6 months ago. So let's take a look. Medium 3, they do. So how do I unlicense the one that I currently have? Come on, it's here somewhere. How many tanks do you need, Germany? Crikey! There it is. Okay, so now I need to... Oh, I bet I just lost all of my efficiency. I did. Bollocks. And then we may as well just straight away upgrade the engines on these. There we go. Cool. And more research. More radar. Then... aircraft is what we badly need. Let's get the 1944 fighters and we can upgrade them. Perfection. Because I don't actually know how we're doing in the sky. And you need to reduce where the tanks are currently active, because they should only be going north. Let these guys worry about defending. Yeah, we're almost double over capacity right now in terms of supply.
Pronto, signore.
And you lot have taken way too much damage, so I'm going to pull you back. And we're going to let the light infantry units do most of the fighting over there. Might actually move the tanks over to this front, as the supply here should be a heck of a lot better. Then your objective is going to be to join up with them.
Formazione. Avanzate.
I want you at least there. So yeah, supply here is fine. So in fact, you may as well just drive up to here. Was that all of them? Oh, crap, that's my entire line here. Hungary has just gone, nope. Gonna destroy all of your plans. Thanks, Hungary. This is why you don't trust the AI. The damage has been done, though. We've carved really quite deeply into the Soviet side. However, I would like to start training another 24 of these divisions. Right, Marines, are you ready? Yeah, you are. Any chance for a quick look at the templates? Absolutely. So my old infantry templates were these. I would only recommend this if you have a superior firepower doctrine, which I do. Otherwise, I would go for the 7 infantry, 2 artillery, rather than 4 infantry, 4 artillery. But they did their job. They just have a huge amount of soft attacks. So they just burn through enemy manpower. We haven't really been using the mountaineers. These were my early tank divisions. So 2 motorized artillery, 1 light tank, 6 motorized. Pretty good balance of damage and resilience. Then my colonial troops, which you've seen me spamming out several times, is just 5 infantry. It's just combat width of 10 with a field hospital to conserve some manpower if they do suffer casualties in battle. These are just quick and cheap, just used en masse. Then the more advanced tank divisions are these. Same template, except that I've replaced one of the motorized with a medium tank, and the light tanks are now mediums. The big difference here is these now count as tank divisions as opposed to motorized. So the previous division template was used to train up my general with motorized tactics, so he's now got the trait. Now we've slightly switched this to be slightly more armoured heavy, and this is actually now an armoured division, and is giving me the Panzer combat trait. So we're going to be very, very well rounded in terms of just the damage that we do with our armoured units. Then we've got the Fantasteria, which are my 40 combat width infantry. These are very heavy units. Building a bunch of them at the moment. We have a couple of them in the purple division, just because that's where the fighting was the heaviest against the Soviets, and I needed something that could just sit in a province and just hold it against all comers, and they did that. So that is 13 infantry, 6 artillery. So a little bit more towards the infantry for extra organisation, so they could actually resist better, and also to increase their defence, but they still have a massive soft attack to do a ton of damage. Then we've got the Marines, which are basically the same. They're just 13 Marines instead of 13 infantry with 6 artillery. And we should be adding recon to all of these guys, but I just don't have the support equipment for it at the moment. We're very short. In fact, like, the thing that we've been struggling with the most is just our industry. Like, although we have 200 factories, we still struggle for equipment, just because Italy's industry compared to, say, Germany's is still pretty weak. Like, Germany has 500 factories right now. It looks like my purples are pushing north really quite successfully, which is great. They've been sitting here resisting in the Caucasus for so long.
Comandi.
Now, what am I short on here? Very short on motorized, very short on medium tanks. Yeah, we took a bunch of damage from attrition. Ouch, that's going to take some retraining too.
Pronto all'azione.
Alright, you guys, off you go. We now have absolute naval superiority throughout the Mediterranean. I'm going to turn you off for OK passage.
Ordini.
And we are going to be hitting multiple different angles. Unfortunately, we're losing the naval invasion on this guy. But we should be winning this. That looks like it's uncontested. Don't know about this one. Uncontested. Now we just need to bring more troops in to defend over here.
Ordini.
And we control the straight crossing. We're not winning there. You did get in. So you're going to come in behind and assist. Actually, no, you're going to assist down here. Because you're going to be busy with this straight crossing for a while, and I can probably just straight up counterattack. 700 defense, 200 soft attack. Yeah, we inflict a fair bit of damage. You, meanwhile, are going to sail in to here. Join that front.
Pronto.
Counterattack. Let's push them out.
Ordini.
And once you arrive, you can go and take the rest of Corsica.
Si, signore.
Now, I actually want you going down that way. as the attack on Cagliari failed.
Pronto all'azione.
You go and take over Corsica.
Comandi.
You go and chase. Okay, success. Now I just need to make sure that we secure these guys so that they don't run out of supply permanently. And then the other...
Ordini.
1, 2, 3. Where's the fourth?
Comandi.
Oh, you're down here. I would like you to sail into here, please. Field Hospital 3s. Excellent. Now, I feel like I would really like... Oh no, I can't afford that yet. Never mind. Got that already. We are still behind in weaponry. Let's get the 43. Something's stabbing me in the arm. What is that? Don't know. And still working on you. Don't have any recon, so there's no point to that. Air Force. Let's get upgraded close air support. That's probably a good idea. Whoa boy! Hello, Spain. Spain's starting to wake up and send us a lot of equipment. South African convoys still being sunk. American convoys. Yeah, I was right. They're going to be sending a lot of stuff through here to try and reinforce their efforts in Africa. It looks like the Allies' main front is the African front right now. Makes sense. Was historically as well.
Formazione.
Alright, here come the tanks. I'm going to say when you arrive, just go ahead and attack. And we'll link these up, and that should give all of this a new supply route. And solve a lot of the attrition issues over there. No MPs in the Colonial. Do you have MPs researched? When would you use MP support? I mean, that would be a good time to use MPs. That's true. Generally, if you want to have anti-resistance, then you want to use cavalry instead of infantry, because cavalry have double the suppression that infantry do. But basically, I've just been really short on research this whole game, same as industry, so I just haven't had the capacity. But yes, if you are doing that properly, then you absolutely should. And yes, military police are indeed going away with the new expansion because garrisons are now handled off-map, so you're not going to see like all of these random units sitting in the middle of a country just doing suppression anymore. That's going to be just handled off-map with garrisons. Bulgaria has the wrong green. Bulgaria's on our side though, so I'll allow it. Anyway, I need to be focusing over here because this is where the fight is right now. All of you need to be assigned to this. All of you need to be assigned to this. With the objective of getting Cagliari.
Pronto, signore.
Like so. And looks like Vichy France units are coming in to either reinforce or just sail them through. They're just sailing through. Okay. How about you attack them and you move up here to stop them
Ordini.
getting in.
Attento.
Ah! Germany has just done a naval invasion of their own. Nice.
Attento.
And you arrived. Good.
Pronto, signore. Comandi. Pronto.
And here comes the garrison. You know you don't have to click the edit button to edit front lines, you can just hold down Alt. Really? Learn something every day. I did not know that. Boom. And there we go. Sardinia and Corsica have fallen to the mighty Marines. So now we need to prepare for the next naval invasion, which is going to be the Balearics. We're going to use Cagliari to do it. 2 of you can attack there. 2 of you can attack there. Oops.
Pronto, signore.
There we go. Prepare. Marvellous. And then the aircraft, which are dealing with the Tyrrhenian ski, I think they're fine where they are right now. And we can deploy our 5th Marine. Excellent. He's going to need to train up a bit. And these guys are very nearly ready as well. In fact, the tanks aren't that far behind. Despite the fact that we have some enormous shortages still. Okay, the tank offensive is beginning once more. Meanwhile, Stalingrad looks like it's about to fall. The Soviets are looking pretty much dealt with by this point. I cannot see them rallying at this juncture. It's too late. Meanwhile, Japan is indeed fighting back on all fronts. Still fighting over Burma, slowly but surely, and the Spice Islands, Sulawesi. Fall of Stalingrad. Advancing German spearheads have seized Stalingrad, Stalin's namesake city on the banks of the Volga. After fighting their way through the ruined Stalingrad tractor factory and seizing the strategically vital Mamayev-Kurgan heights, the Germans have forced the last Soviet defenders across the Volga onto its eastern shore. According to unconfirmed reports, holdouts from the Red Army, fighting together with partisans, have retreated into the sewers and the basements to continue their struggle. No significant organised resistance is believed to remain, however. There's a great film based in Stalingrad, At the Gates. Really, really good film. About a German sniper and a Russian sniper. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Soviet Skaven. Oh, that's good. Enemy at the Gates is what it's called, sorry. At the Gates is just a band, isn't it? Enemy at the Gates is the film. Yeah. Enemy at the Gates with Jude Law and Ed Harris. Fantastic film. If you like good war films, that's a good war film. Inaccurate but good fun. Yeah. Still need to see Midway. Apparently that's actually fairly decent. Boom. Connection. Alright, good. Attacking carefully. Please be careful with your assaults. And you lot are basically ready for deployment. So deploy. And join that army. Then you lot are still training. You lot be deployed? You can. Good. Oh, not all of you. Drat.
Si, signore.
And I do want you lot assigned to this. Off you go. Oh yeah, I can just get there by land now. Nice. Just drive the whole way. Take the train. One hell of a train. Okay, we are sinking a lot of convoys, which is great. Are we starting to get a surplus of submarines? Not a surplus, no, but we are building more. How are we looking in terms of tier 3s? Those are tier 2s, tier 3s, tier 3s, tier 2s, tier 2s, tier 3. So we are getting a mixture. You had any more experience? No. You are a level 7 admiral, though. Too bad you don't have more in killing ships. More in attack. Another significant naval invasion over here, but again, the mighty Italian border units guarding the coastline, so that incompetent Germany doesn't need to. Does the UK have a small naval force or army force still in Malta or Cyprus? Probably. I mean, I'm slowly but surely taking all the islands now.
Ordini.
Part of it was I was waiting for training.
Ordini.
And then these guys are going to join the Marines too, eventually. We use the Marines to take the territory, and then these guys sail in afterwards to hold it.
Si, signore.
So as soon as these have regained their organization, I will tell them to launch a new attack. And you have gotten no invader skill yet. It's a bit disappointing. Midway was brilliant, FYI, so was Ford versus Ferrari. Interesting. Special Forces. Marvellous. Let's continue doing that. United States is justifying a war against us. A little bit late there, America. Special Forces capacity multiplier +5. Or we can get the defense and organization. I'm actually going to go for the capacity. Although that 48% supply grace could be really strong for us. Oh wow, you can actually get 4 days extra supply grace with these two. Huh. I do like the idea of that massive supply grace, so that the Marines can just go in, no problems. No offense orders for the Reds or Purples, I need to check that. Then again, having 5% more Marines would be great. No, we're going to go with the supply grace. I've already made my plans. Don't actually have any purples down here anymore.
Ordini.
Not my problem. You are correct, the Reds do not have an objective. I'm going to say that your objective is to cut through to up here. The only difference being that I want you to do it from here.
Comandi.
Again, not your problem.
Si, signore.
We are really struggling for attrition again. We just have a lot of infrastructure to build.
Ordini.
Are you lot ready? I would say you are. Go! Then once we've taken these, I'm going to take Gibraltar so I can start using my fleet out here. And then once we've taken Gibraltar, we'll turn around and we'll go for Malta and Cyprus. Because I really want Gibraltar so I can actually get out of the Mediterranean with my surface fleet and start going after some of their destroyers. Although right now it looks like these ships are going completely unguarded, which is silly.